Hello everyone, so we're going to do a pick a card reading today. I would just look at these two piles and see which one resonates with you most. It may be both, it may be one, it may be none. If that's the case, this isn't your reading and that is okay. But if you have not gotten a personal reading from me before, and you just financially can't do that right now or have other priorities, that's okay. That's why I'm doing these pick a card readings, to hopefully reach some people in need. So this is going to be a reading for what we need to take into the new year or what we need to leave behind in this one. So I'll just give you a couple of moments to look at these two piles, the skull with the fluorite and my goddess with a clear quartz. I literally know what both of these are called, and the names have left my mind, so I guess it's not important. But let me be quiet and let you focus, and then we'll start the reading. Hello, pile one. So you have selected the skull and the rainbow fluorite, one of my favorite stones. And let's go ahead and see what cards you have pulled. I intuitively pulled from several oracle decks and actually one tarot card in here. Don't know why, I'd never opened that deck before, but it called my name, so we pulled it out. And let's go ahead and get into it. So we have all must have prizes, trying to please everyone. We got some people pleasing energy going on. That's leading to some sadness. And definitely, she has a thimble, but I thought it was a salt shaker at first. So there's some resentment there, some salt in the wounds. And then follow the white rabbit. Curiosity meets opportunity. Right off the bat, I'm getting that you're getting a little fed up with trying to please everyone else, and there may be a change of perspective happening where you're like, well, you know what do I actually want? And that leading to some opportunity that you had not thought of before because your focus was always on what can I do for others. We have the connive, is that how you say this, of pentacles right here. This is the tarot card that wanted to come out for you, and this card speaks of it came out in reverse, but I flipped it. It talks about in reverse a loss of energy and a loss of putting energy into things that are just not yielding result. And with it being flipped, I think that you are now starting to invest more in yourself and you're studying in things that matter to you and where you want to go. We got what do you feel, number 9. This card I'm going to read at the end of the reading and get some messages to just really round out the reading. And words are eluding me today, but just get some advice, really. Okay, and then you got wombat spirit. I love using animal cards and animal spirit to really get messages out. It's one of my favorite way of communicating. But be at home, 69. That breaks down to what? 14, 5, change. And then you also got common tortoise, steady on. And what I really noticed about this was the house on the tortoise's back. You know, home is where the heart is, and maybe there's a part of you that needs to find home within yourself. And then you also got black jaguar, old soul, Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. And that goes more into what I've already been saying about this change of perspective of going from I have to serve others, I have to make sure that everyone around me is happy and good, and not really focusing on what's best for you. And that really leading to a lot of heartache, but this heartache has led you to focusing on yourself. So not always bad things are not always bad things. Sometimes bad things are a way to get good things out of yourself. So what do I want to do? Okay, we're going to get some information with tarot, and then we will read these animal messages, and we'll end with your oracle card. What do you feel? But off the bat, I'm really getting like, where is home to you? What makes home feel like home? You know, what makes, and it's safety as well. Home is safety. Home is a place where you can let your guard down. Is home where you can let your guard down right now? It doesn't feel like it has been. And what can we do to change that? So let's go ahead and get into the cards. Which deck are we using? This one? Okay. You got the Knight of Pentacles, servitude, exactly what we're talking about. It may be a time to really start addressing how you serve. You know, it is a good thing to serve others, but you must serve self first. King of Cups, fascination, and Nine of Swords, anxiety. So it seems like there's someone here that you really were fascinated by, that in the long run has caused you a lot of anxiety, but this anxiety has caused transformation within you, because we have the butterflies here. It seems like this person always had you feeling like there was a danger with them. Like they could have been really different or really interesting or what may it be, but you were always like this close to being stung by them. And there was this energy of, but I give so much, I give you my all. Why would you want to do that? And why am I always on edge that you're going to turn on me? Yeah. I'm going to try to keep both readings down to 30 minutes, but 10 of Swords, finality. Something happened here that you really came out of this anxiety, there was resentment building up because you were giving so much and you were trying so hard to please this person, and it seemed like there was no softness to them. You've got the cactus here with all the prickly bits. You've got the scorpion. This person could have been a Scorpio, or a Virgo maybe, or you may be a Virgo. But throughout this, you have found a strength or an understanding with yourself that you didn't have before. And this is empowering you a bit because, you know, she's sitting here with all these skulls and she's not nearly as sad as she was when she was giving. You know, she's... the facial expressions are really like hurt, angry, that kind of look, like, really. And then, well, Now I can plan for the future. And she's not really looking back. She's looking forward. And what are we looking forward to? Let's figure out what we're looking forward to. What we're moving into. Spirit, what is pile 1 moving into as I move away from this not so nice energy? This anxiety. Is this it? Okay, we'll take them. Ooh, this is good stuff. You've really had an understanding of what's gone on here. You were not being respected for the Queen of Pentacles that you are, someone who is able to take care of themselves, able to provide for themselves and others, able to nurture, able to, if you're a woman or a man, doesn't matter, take care of a home, take care of a job, take care of it all. You weren't being respected for that. In fact, you were having to fight to prove that that's who you were, and you're now seeing the unfairness in that, and you're no longer giving love or accepting love from people that are not seeing you for what you are. If they're not coming to you knowing that you are this Queen of Cups energy and you can fill your own cup, you don't need help, then you're not offering any love. You're not putting any more work in. You've put in work, and you've also realized, why would I have to put in work for someone to care for me, for someone to love me, for someone to see me as worthy? And that's an energy that you really are bringing with you into the new year. The understanding that, okay, yes, relationships are hard, but why am I having to prove myself every step of the way? That's not something I'm going to accept any longer. Man, oh man. I gotta sew these on better, my little fox's eyes. Okay. I'm not going to keep putting in work for people. Why do I have to keep proving myself, keep proving myself, keep proving myself? The proof is in the pudding. It's always been there. If you wanted to see it, all you had to do was open your eyes. And now my eyes are open. I see it. If you don't see it, you're blind. And that's your problem. I don't have to worry about it. And that's something that's beautiful, because you're no longer resting in the perception of others. That's something that you really carried with you for a long time, that you found your own perception of yourself through the eyes of others. And doing so, it's easy to be manipulated and used by people, because people that manipulate and use seek out people that are looking for validation, looking to be seen. They go, oh, you don't have a sense of self? Perfect, I can give you one. First, I'll build you up, and then I'll break you down. It's what you expected to happen anyway. And that's something you're moving away from, and I'm proud of you for that. What's to come? You're going into a hermit energy, which is good. You're coming out of that anxiety and going more into a self-search, a calmness even. You could be thinking about education in some way. Maybe not education, but some form of learning. Whether it be learning about yourself or learning about something that, you know, you've always seen as like a shining star to you, something that's really interests you. It's just like, oh, I'd love to know everything about that. Like, let me not focus on people right now. Let me focus on this shining star, this thing that interests me so much. Yeah, like I said, you're really not thinking about moving forward with people, because you're not in the High Priestess energy that you think you know, that we all know you should be in to move forward with a relationship. You're like, I'm gonna stay in this hermit energy, and I'm gonna build myself up until I get there. Tell me about this High Priestess in reverse, please, Spirit. I'm sick, so if you hear my breathing, I'm sorry. The worst part is having makeup on and like I cannot feel my nose right now. Tell me about the High Priestess. I think that your spirituality has been knocked a bit. It's been hard for you to really tap into your spiritual self while you've been in this energy with this person. And maybe even in your home. It may not be accepted in your home. And the end of this is giving you an opportunity to open that back up. Yeah, it could have been an end of a marriage, some sort of union. You're considering a travel, a move, because you're just emotionally not fulfilled where you are. You could be waiting for something to come in, or another way to perceive that is you could be waiting for the depression to hit. Don't wait for that. And I don't think it's really coming, because what's there to be sad about? You're free. You're waiting for the emotion to hit, the emptiness. This is a lot. We'll just look. Where are we? 16 minutes. Yeah, you've been balancing, kind of refusing to see things that don't line up with what your ideal of this situation, how you wanted this situation to ideally play out. You've been ignoring those things, and you've been balancing that mentally of knowing, I'm kind of lying to myself. I know what the truth is. And when this judgment came out, yeah, it really felt like you'd worked so hard for something and you got nothing out of it. Like you'd pursued something, you worked hard for it, but when Judgment Day came around, you had nothing to show for it. But you do have something to show for it, because you have the Temperance here. You learned balance. You learned that you need to fill your own cup. You learned how to fill your own cup by learning how well you fill other people's cup that don't appreciate it. It's a hell of a lot easier to fill your own. You learned from this. And honestly, standing by yourself is a lot better than what you had been going through of being battered in this situation. You're wounded right now, you're guarded, and that's okay. But step into this Hermit energy, really find your safe place, and take this opportunity to dive into those wounds and harvest the gifts that they give you. Wounds are not a bad thing. When someone hurts you, they give you an opportunity to heal. That doesn't mean continually go back to someone who hurts you. It just means that even the bad, it works in your favor. Life is not about all giggles, you know. But let's go ahead and get into the messages and see what they've got to say for you. I'll start with the animal spirit, and then we'll do the Sacred Rebel card. Okay. Wombat spirit. What number is that? 68. No, that's 63. The very last one. Be at home, oracle message. Burrowing deep into the ground, remaining safe, sound, and well fed with family is a special trait of the wombat. Home sweet home is always available if you recognize that well-being is the truth of life. Wombat spirit reminds you to be truly at home in the world. You need to find comfort within your own skin. You need to do this by accepting all your experience without judgment through a deep honesty of love of life. When you feel freedom to be yourself, you can begin to truly feel at home in your life with your family and tribe. Right now, you're in a beautiful place where you can hang up the coat of your identity and settle into a true sense of home and well-being, understanding that all is well. Everything you do from this place rings true in harmony with spirit. Protection message. Could it be that you're not feeling comfortable in your own skin, thinking that the only way you can be with others is to hide under the protection of a mask or identity you created to protect yourself from getting hurt? This mask or persona is supposed to make you look strong, but it really just robs you of your identity. Wombat spirit arrives to nudge you to drop the false mask, because it is not others who will hurt you now. It is you who are hurting yourself when you aren't being authentic. It's okay though. You can course correct if you are willing to be yourself no matter what comes. Even if others are not in agreement with your authenticity, you are safe with spirit. That's that one. Then we have Common Tortoise. Okay. Slow and steady, says Tortoise. Well versed in the ways of time, Tortoise was born ancient, older than snake or alligator, and certainly older than humans. As other species have changed, evolved, and shifted, Tortoise has remained steadfast, late to almost everything. Tortoise is the totem of the slow bloomer. There is no need to be a prodigy, Tortoise assures you. You didn't miss the boat simply because your first few decades have passed. Hunker down, connect with the earth, take a siesta. It's through the slow and steady that we truly come to know ourselves. And I can definitely relate with that, feeling a bit of a failure when you haven't succeeded as early as others expected you to, or as early as you expected to. Sometimes we have a lot to learn on the way, and those lessons can be overshadowed in shame. And it's important to see through that. What do we have now? We have Jaguar. Black Jaguar. Black Bear. There we go. If the Black Jaguar is your power totem, you are blessed with a fierce guardian. It's a spirit imbued with courage, grace, valor, and power. Panther is a symbol for the dark moon and all the things we can and must see beyond earthly vision. Black Jaguar is the poet, prophet, protector, and artist. They are associated with old souls and those who know. Jaguars are always happy to be alone, and they are never afraid. Fearlessness comes from knowing what lies beyond the veil, and that life is an illusion hiding an eternal truth of life everlasting. If you are ever lonely, frightened, or lost, call upon the spirit of the Jaguar for company and direction. If Jaguar is your totem, she/he will be there for life's changes, growth, and discovery. Panther teaches that struggle, suffering, and endings push us to become the person we were born to be. Do not resist this gift. A new life awaits the brave. A new life awaits the brave souls who are willing to face the dark night of the soul. Wake up with the dawn and walk gracefully into the world. Panther will be by your side. Find guidance from your inner light. Drop old anger and let new blessings flow. Don't let your raw passion get you into trouble. Take time alone to renew your power. And then we'll go to your Sacred Rebels card. Number 9. What do you feel? Oh, hold on. I don't want to vape on camera and get in trouble. Okay. There are many options around you. Some are helpful, but others are distracting you from your truth. Although it can be helpful to hear the thoughts of others, when it all comes down to it, you will have to come to your own decision. Do you know how unique you are? How your path is your path to be chosen, lived, and created only by you? Someone else cannot become the source of your decision-making power without negative repercussions for both of you in the long run. This oracle comes to you because you have become swept up in thinking things through. You have been thinking about which way to go with a matter of importance, and you have got a bit stuck in the logic of the decision-making process. Sometimes we have to accept that any path is a path forward, and if it's not the best path, we can change our approach later on if needed. If we are slightly off base with a decision, life will often shift and move to guide us back on track. We don't have to be perfect. In fact, there is rarely ever a perfect choice to be made, just some choices that feel more heart-honoring than others. Sometimes we can only really know in hindsight if we've made the best choice possible in the moment. At the time of decision making, we only really have our internal wisdom to rely upon, and that is all we need. The oracle of what do you feel is telling you there is no need to punish or traumatize yourself with possible choices. Just making a choice will set things in motion. The best way to catalyze the situation you are in and bring about healing change. Let's start that over. The best way to catalyze the situation you are in and bring about healing change, stimulate your creative juices, and find a more inspired, energized, and enjoyable approach to life is to just make a choice based on what you feel right now, not based on anyone else's feelings, just yours. So ask yourself, what do I feel right now? And go from there. If you cannot relate to the need to make a choice between two or more clear alternatives, then the oracle brings you this message. You are at a crossroads in your journey, and the choices you make at this time, even simply choosing to do things a little differently without much drama associated to the decision, are powerful triggers for some great magic to enter your life. Take a different approach to something. Be open to that which makes you uncomfortable, but could be exciting and interesting. Even small adventures will yield big rewards right now. It matters less that you do the most wonderful thing ever, too much pressure, and more that you simply take an action from your heart. Open up to the creative magic of life, and don't worry about how it's all going to work out. The bigger creative flow of life is sorting out all the details, and you are not immune to that plan. In fact, you are a natural part of it. So just spend some time with your own feelings and know that all is going to work out perfectly. Healing process. Close your eyes and relax. Rest your open palms facing upwards on your legs. Imagine that you have a ball of light in each hand. If you find it hard to visualize or feel, you may prefer to draw this process in your journal instead. Focus on one ball of light first. What color or colors does it feel like? What feelings, words, symbols, or qualities does it have? How heavy or light is it? How substantial? What do you feel about it? Do you like it? Turn your attention to the second ball of light. Repeat the investigation or exploration that you did for the first. When you are ready, choose one. There is no right or wrong choice, just whatever captures your attention, energy, or heart most in that moment. The other may be there waiting for you later on, if it needs to be, or might easily be released. If that most serves your life path and creative journey. You may like to take that chosen ball of light and imagine sending it out into the universe with love. If you have drawn it, you might like to add words, feelings, or colors. When you have finished, simply say, "My choices flow easily from my heart, and I tread my path with certainty and grace, always within the merciful protection of unconditional love. So be it." When you are ready, simply open your eyes and you have completed your healing process. Okay, that is reading number 1. I hope you've enjoyed. We definitely stayed on time, so I'm proud of that. And you're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. You are on the right path. Things are hard sometimes, but they come around. And I shall see you next time. All right, let's do reading number 2. If you've chosen reading number 2, it is your turn at 31. That may not be the right timestamp because I have a little intro to add. But you have chosen the Goddess with the clear quartz. And still don't remember. This is my favorite crystal, and I don't understand why. There's red. Tiger eye? Yep, tiger eye. Okay. So, we have soulmates, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. We also have such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality, coming home. We also have express your love. Go ahead and make a romantic gesture. Let's see what else we have. This is your oracle card that we'll read at the end. Season of Wild Delights. 21, breaking down to 3. And you got 4 animal cards from the same deck. Excuse me, I'm getting over being sick. Elephant Spirit, 25, learn from the past, breaking down to a 7. Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between, 26, breaking down to an 8. Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time, 49. 13, 4, breaks down to a 4. Scarab Beetle Spirit, magic works through you. That's 52, also breaks down to a 7. So you have 7, 8, 4, and 7. 7, 8, 4, 7. Maybe look that number up for an angel number. But we're going to get into tarot first. It seems like there's some relationship here. May have been a relationship from the past that is moving forward in some sort of way, or maybe a new relationship coming in. But there's an element of learning from the past and not making maybe past mistakes. Maybe there's a guard up there. Things possibly not turning out as you wanted them to in the past, and that fear may be playing a part, but we won't know until we get into the tarot. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me, before we even do this, let's light the Apollo again. It went out. The last reading, number 1, was a bit of a heavy energy, and this one feels much lighter. Fire does not want to go out. All right. This may be something that you're hoping kind of just goes away because you're scared, and the spark is not going anywhere. Okay. Excuse me. What messages do we have for pile number 2? Pile number 2. What messages for pile number 2? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I should have shuffled this more. We have the Emperor, the Judgment, there's some strong sexual energy here. Whoever this person is, they are very attracted to you. They like your chest, they like your hair. For him, if it's a man that you're attracted to, he's got a nice butt, he's got a nice back. He's got those back muscles, you know what I'm talking about? Or broad shoulders, maybe. Could be bald. But you could have been involved in a relationship that was somewhat controlling in the past, and it had you a bit broken down. You dug yourself out of that hole, and now that you've dug yourself out of that hole, you're finding yourself very attracted to someone, or someone is very attracted to you, and they just find you extremely beautiful or handsome, and but there's a distance between you. You're keeping that distance. You're letting them look, but you're not letting them get too close. And I do think it's from the controlling situation you were in the past. You don't want to have to dig yourself out of a hole, no matter how attractive this person appears to you, or the tension, the sexual tension going on there. Where's this connection going, Spirit? Tell me more about where this connection is going. It's going places, that's for sure. This is very sweet. Okay. I was just listening to a video that was talking about the astrology of this week, and it was talking about the, is it the comet or the meteor, white rabbit, which is a bit of a trickster energy. And I do feel like this is going to be one of those things where you just kind of run into that person and it's definitely not what you're looking for. And you're thinking, oh, this isn't going to go anywhere. This is just some sort of sexual attraction, blah, blah, blah. You know, they're not really into me for me, but this person fools you. Or you fool yourself, and it ends up being something that is like actually long lasting, because you've got the Six of Swords, you two going away together. Maybe a trip is planned, or you end up moving with this person. You never saw that coming. And it seems like this energy brings in abundance to your life somehow. Somehow the energy itself, maybe just the joy that you get from this, helps you financially. It helps you reap something you sowed a long time ago. Just from the joy of it, you know. This person offers you truth, and which is something I feel like you're not necessarily used to from the past. You're having a hard time believing anything anyone's saying to you, but this person is truthful with you, and as much as you want to say, yeah, sure, you feel it in your gut. And they nurture you in ways that you haven't been nurtured before. Then it ends with the 10 of Cups. This is someone that you're going to try to fight this really hard, and it just can't be fought. You know, this is someone that you may end up having children with, or you just have that childlike joy with. It's really cut to the point, honestly. You're scared. You don't want, and there's no fighting it. There's not a lot of fighting it. This person is just, and what's interesting here is you've got the Six of Swords with you guys going away, and the 10 of Cups where you're older and still making out, you know? It's still, the passion is still there later in life. It's the same two people in these cards. Is there any more? Got the Two of Wands. So we got this Two of Wands. You're kind of acting like it's a choice you have to make. Like you'll have to choose this person, but honestly, that's you just trying to feel like you have some control over this situation. You already know how this is going to go. The Three of Pentacles. I don't know if I'll cover up the bottom of this card. But he's going up there to retrieve the honeys from the bees. There's no length that this person won't go. And that's why you're going to choose this path. Because this person is willing to put in the work. Is willing to make himself vulnerable. And there's not a lot that you can do to not fall for that. And I don't mean fall for that in a bad way. It's a beautiful feeling of falling. All right, let's get into your animal cards, because that message is pretty clear. Let's get into the messages that Spirit wants you to hear. I apologize if that is annoying. I understand, but I quit smoking the other stuff, the green stuff. So girls gotta have a little something, something. But we'll get there to where we're not on nothing soon. Elephant spirit, learn from the past. Although we often wish we could leave the past behind, elephant spirit reminds us that memory matters. We must respect the wisdom of the elders who hand down us traditions they have shaped to express our connection. And I did get a feeling that you may not be a traditional type of relationship person. So when this comes along, it's going to strike you as just out of this world weird. We must respect the wisdom of the elders who hand down to us traditions they have shaped to express our connection to each other and respect for community. What has come before informs what we are experiencing today, and we must never forget our legacy of strength and dignity. Elephant spirit appears with the message that we are to acknowledge that which came before us and learn from it. All of us are memory-based creatures, and we must revisit the past to understand where we are and where we are going. The stories of events you experienced and the stories in our collective memory and the stories of relationships you have had can be told many ways. What story will you tell? Elephant spirit is here to encourage you to make it one that stirs in a sense of power and dignity, for you have honored yourself by choosing to learn from your past. Spirit rejoices at your willingness to learn and grow. Protection message. Are you feeling uncomfortable with a tradition, custom, or familiar behavior that no longer fits who you are? Do you wish the past could be erased so it could no longer cause a moment's pain? Elephant spirit is here to encourage you to write a different story and to alter the traditions in a way that acknowledge that we all evolve, for transformation is our nature. Elephant spirit calls you to not be selective in your memory, because ignoring the good or the bad will prevent you from growing your wisdom and strength. Build on the best of the past, learn from the worst. Walk into the future with dignity, accompanied by elephant spirit, who remembers the truth and honors your strength and wisdom. Flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. Oracle message. Balance comes easily to flamingo spirit, who sees what was and what will be and stands strong in the face of uncertainty. You can be informed by what came before and plan for the future yet to be. But do not resist flamingo spirit's call to be fully present in the now, where the real magic happens. With one foot in the life you are moving away from, and one in the future as you become the one who leads the life of your highest intentions. You must make peace with the fact that you are not fully in either place. Embrace the in-between. The presence of flamingo spirit is also a sign that your creativity is arising within you, and opportunities are beginning to present themselves. Remain here in a balanced state of mind, for there is so much to know and learn before going forward into new plans. You can trust this moment and yourself as you take in what you see and become aware of all that you are experiencing in the in-between time. Protection message. If you're feeling nervous and wobbly, stop worrying about the past and the future. Instead, be present in the moment, balancing. For now is a space in which creativity arises. Creativity is your birthright. But if you are moving too quickly, In an attempt to avoid the discomfort of transition, you can blind yourself to the miraculous possibilities that are before you now, and those just coming into being. The past has its lessons, and planning has its merits, but right now, you may be imbalanced because you're becoming too nostalgic for what once was, or too anxious about what the future might hold. There is a time to plan carefully. For now, be still and know that Spirit is here, co-creating with you in this moment. The next step will appear when it needs to appear. Relax into a state of equilibrium. Equanimity. I'm not really sure, okay? Relax into a space of equanimity and balance. So any anxiety can transmute into trust and faith that will be as it will. Excuse me. Relax into a state of equanimity and balance, so any anxiety can transmute into trust and faith that all will be as it will for the highest good. That was a rough one. 49. 48. 49. Rabbit Spirit. Now is a lucky time. Oracle message. A sunny meadow calls, and Rabbit Spirit appears to lead you out of your dark warren and into the light so that you can participate in a fertile and beautiful experience. It may seem safe below ground, but the magic happens when you come out and take the risk of being vulnerable and co-creating something new. You are being invited into a new life that you have no experience with, but have no fear. Today is also a time to be fruitful and productive as you enjoy Rabbit Spirit's sunny and prolific energy. At this time, whatever you intend to bring to life will find fertile ground. There are no mistakes, really, when you are co-creating with Spirit, so let new ideas spring to the surface, knowing that now is a lucky time of tremendous possibility. Protection message. Vulnerability is required of you now. Even if you don't feel safe, act as if you trust that everything will be okay, and soon you will see that you are okay. To create takes risks. So at this fortunate, fertile time, banish your fears and recognize the real security is in immersing yourself in the progress of co-creation. It's okay to admit you really don't know how to deal with whatever is in front of you. This is where curiosity and not knowing can be a wonderful state of mind. Being playful now. Admitting you are at the beginning of something. Come on out to frolic in the sun's nurturing light, because it's time to birth something new. 52. Oh my goodness. Scarab Beetle Spirit. Magic works through you. Oracle message. In ancient Egypt, the scarab beetle was revered, for the creative magic of Scarab Beetle Spirit reminds us that we can bring forth something extraordinary, seemingly out of thin air. Whenever you let your creativity flow through you, Scarab Beetle reminds you that Spirit has given you the gift of infinite potential. You have an ally as you fashion something new or repurpose the old, for Spirit co-creates with you, channeling energy through you so that you can feel replenished and revitalized as you make magic with what is at hand. Now is a time for great optimism, for you can accomplish anything you desire, and your creative endeavors will come to fruition. Miracles, opportunities, abundance, and love will appear seemingly out of nowhere as you allow Spirit to work through you and magically manifest what you need. Protection message. Do you doubt your unique inner magic? Are you afraid that you have no originality or that your creative juices don't flow through you? Perhaps you mistakenly believe you're not the creative manifesting type. Scarab Beetle Spirit message is that creativity is a living force that comes to all of us from Spirit, who wants every person on the planet to manifest magic and co-create a new world anew. To co-create the world anew. You are as capable of resilience and innovation as anyone. If you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. So draw inspiration into your being and begin to playfully create something new. If you do it without any judgment, creativity and magic are your legacy as an expression of the Creator, so let them flow through you. Okay, that's that. Now we're going to do Sacred Hags Oracle, Season of Wild Delights, 21. I can't blow my nose with makeup on, and I really don't want to blow my nose on camera anyway, so we're just gonna push through. Season of Wild Delights, Indulgent, Grandmother Speaks. Yes, here we are, friend. This is a time to delight in the senses, to indulge in this pleasure planet of ours. Such brilliance is there in being a human creature after all. Just for today, feed your inner hedonist and feed this part of you as well. Repent nothing. This world is meant to be licked and loved. Your body was born for bliss, and I'll hear nothing more of your tight-lipped restraint. Say what you want of the witch, but hers is most certainly not a path of deprivation. Morning ritual, an ode to ecstasy. Call to mind the embodied feeling of ecstasy as this beast of a sun rises. It is fleeting, to be sure, and it needs to be. To live in ecstasy too long is to burn out before your time, of course. But just for now, hold on to that rising sensation and speak these words aloud. Today is the beginning of my unbridled dance with that heart-born drug called elation. How easily I source this feeling, and how well will I live knowing this gold-flecked magneta power is mine. I claim ecstasy, and no one else needs to know. Moonlight ritual, the gratitude portal. Before you go to sleep tonight, set your mind to finding the gratitude portal. This is a place between you now, in the present moment, and another version of you in a realm of the yet to come. And the you that is yet to come is feeling a sense of embodied gratefulness, a wholehearted thank you for some miraculous event as yet unknown to you. Let the feeling of gratitude bind you to that version of yourself in the yet to know. Running out of battery. Okay. Let the feeling of gratitude bind you to that version of yourself in the yet to come now. Let gratitude become the glue. Here you are, with a grateful heart in a holy evening. There you are, with a similarly grateful heart in some not yet realized future. Between you is the gratitude portal. Whisper, chant. Yes, thank you. More, please. For as long as you have, envisioning that emerald green doorway linking you to your eternal time. This was pretty awesome, this reading. You have a lot of great things coming in, and it's just really allowing yourself to have it and not worrying so much about where you've been and where you're going and life repeating itself. It's a time to really just let go of fear and step into the new year with excitement and allowing yourself to be excited and allowing yourself to be happy and not dampening things with fear. So I hope that this reading resonated with you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you again. Have a great day.